Welcome to Rich Keys Trading Channel, where we unlock one candle at a time. Please pay attention to the disclaimer on your screen. And with that out of the way, let's get into the charts. Welcome back, my fellow traders. Today we're looking at the big picture for Bitcoin, and the signals are flashing a big warning sign, probably that we haven't seen in a long while. If you look at this weekly chart, okay, so on this weekly chart, I just want to show a few things. I know it has a lot of lines, a lot of boxes, a lot of colors, but those are my guideposts. So I apologize if it confuses you. I'll try and explain it as best as I can without cluttering your mind. All right, so the first thing that I want you to notice on this Bitcoin chart is this head and shoulder pattern on the weekly time frame. Yes, your left shoulder, when we made it up to about 109,000 thereabout. We pulled back, hit the 50 EMA, and we went and hit an all-time high of 126. Pulled back to about 80 something thousand, and then we attempted going back up to form our right shoulder. And with our right shoulder that was formed, we cascaded down strongly to about 60,000 or 59,000 thereabout. And from there, we have done a nice consolidation, retrace. Now, there's this pattern that I'm noting on this head and shoulder that is like a five-wave pattern. So this is A, B, C, D, and we're looking for the leg E. All right. Now, those are the chart patterns that I'm paying attention to. Obviously, I'm also looking at this break of the neckline for the head and shoulder, where we came back to attempt to retest the resistance level. And if you look carefully, see if I can zoom in, this resistance level was our support way back in April 7, 2025. That was just right about when the liberation tariffs were announced. And we came to here, found support, and we rallied to the all-time high. Now, this support zone has now turned into a resistance as we attempted going into this level just this past couple of weeks, and we were rejected from that level. So this then cements the idea that the move up is pretty much over for now with this resistance level that has now been tested. Apparently, this was a fib of 382.382 retrace from this entire move here. So now that we've done this complete rejection of price at this 72 75,000 range, it also did clear liquidity above all the candles that were formed in the last few weeks. So they have already taken liquidity of this candle, and now I think the week is going to close with a red candle below the close of this candle, more likely. So on the weekly, this is what I'm looking at. Target wise, based on the weekly, it's not pretty good. We're looking at somewhere around the 33,000, 34,000. Should this head and shoulder hit its target, that's where the target is. Um, Obviously, I do expect a little hesitation right about 55 or 50,000 thereabout. The reason being that it coincides with the VWAP, which is the volume weighted price for those that actually bought Bitcoin way back in 2022 when the bottom was in. All right, so that's the average price, and I'm pretty confident that that area will be a battleground. It also do correspond to the 50 EMA on the monthly chart. Now, since it's almost the end of the month, it would be nice to just take a look at it as well. So, um, this is the 50 EMA on the monthly chart right here, which we bounced off 55 EMA, which we bounced off just this recent past month. Now, the month is not completely closed, but I do envisage that we might close by the end of this month somewhere around 63,201, right above the 55 EMA on my chart here. Potentially, we may break through here and our next target zone will be somewhere right about here. That will complete a fib extension 100% from the very top, when we started this decline. So obviously, when we do get to somewhere here, there's also liquidity here, the green liquidity zone here on the monthly chart that I marked already. So based on this liquidity trap, they did probe it the last time. The last time we came, we tested and we bounced off, which means the market makers already know that there is liquidity sitting here. Stop losses, buy orders are all sitting here. An efficient market would definitely grab these liquidity zone. So obviously when we get here, I do expect some reaction. Now as to whether we'll get a good reaction here and bounce off of here to probably, who knows, maybe what, 83,000. We would have to evaluate that based on the daily and the weekly chart once we get here. For now, our attention is, the direction here. And I want to show another thing also on the weekly chart, why I think we might not get the bounce from that zone. It might just be a hesitation, liquidity grab and push down. But, like I said, we'll go by week and then we see what happens from there. What I do see here is this bear flag. All right. So this bear flag, as we came down from about 98,000 all the way down to 59, maybe 60,000, we have consolidated in this flag. Now, the good thing is on this weekly setup, we have not exited the flag yet. Okay, which means we could probably still do a bounce in between the flag. But when I went to the daily chart to evaluate, on the daily chart, I did recognize that it's interesting that whilst we have a head and shoulder pattern on the weekly, this consolidation in this channel is also printed a head and shoulder pattern within the bear flag that I was just showing you on the weekly chart. This bear flag head and shoulder pattern has a target around the 55, 56,000 range. So that then comes right to where I said I'm looking to see whether we get a bounce. So obviously, this is strongly, you know, um, attracted by the chart. Too many patterns, too many indicators pointing to this zone, liquidity in this zone. So I have a lot of confidence that price would come into the 55, 54 price zone, somewhere around 52 price zone. What happens there would evaluate once we get there, but I do expect a good bounce from there because of the liquidity that is sitting there. Um, the bear flag that we have in here kind of has a double trend line. All right, so this is the first trend line, which you see right here, cutting at the base of the head and shoulder. Now we have already exited this trend line, okay, that cuts the base of the head and shoulder pattern. We close below it, and I think potentially this might consolidate here, might move slightly up and retest this trend line before our continuation down, because we haven't actually exited the channel yet. We are still within the channel, even on the daily chart, as price is still here. So once we break out of this channel, then the bear flag target is way low. Okay, the bear flag target, I think, goes all the way down. I could just measure it whilst I do the analysis live. So the bear flag would take a distance from somewhere here, from this top here, bring it all the way down to where we found our bounce of, which is about 59,000. And when I extrapolate this, when we do exit, okay, so the bear flag will bring us close to about 29,000. So still comes within the range of the weekly target of 33,000 based on the bear flag pattern on the daily chart. So this is my bigger picture analysis of Bitcoin. It don't look good, so plan your trades carefully. I do expect a little bounce based also on the indicators so far. So this is This indicator tells me that momentum built up, and we are almost at the point where MACD is crossing below the zero line. We haven't crossed yet, but once we cross, it would cement the regime that, the trend downward has begun. In the meantime, my first MACD setting do show that we potentially could go for some liquidity of shorts. As you can see, the histogram bar is getting weaker. However, we are below zero, so there's no guarantee for that liquidity grab. But it won't surprise me that the market makers go for some liquidity before they move it down. It's always how they plan their or engineer their trade. Um, Cycle wise, we are almost at cycle low on the daily chart. This also do suggest to me that they probably will go for a short squeeze before letting the ball down, as we are here more likely similar to what we came here. Okay, we had a hidden bull that pushed it up, so potentially we could get one that would also push us up slightly. That push up, I don't envisage would take us beyond the trend line here, which is about 68,000. This place has to act as a continuous resistance for the idea to hold. Okay, otherwise it means this is just going to keep bouncing here, which means from here we're probably going to try and bounce back up before coming down. But based on the MACD setting that I just showed you on the, which is my higher time frame MACD setting right here, you know, potentially we could go back up, probably even make another divergence peak before coming down. But I doubt it's unlikely. That's about all that I think I want to share on Bitcoin. I think I spent enough time on it. Um, Terms of dominance, we could quickly look at dominance before I close this analysis. Let me look at dominance in a minute. All right, so here is a daily chart for Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin dominance is interesting because apparently Bitcoin dominance is holding a support, right here. Anytime it comes here, it finds support and it bounces. So this is in alignment with the thesis that most likely they ought to also suffer, as dominance may push from here towards the midline, as it has always done anytime it comes to this support zone. So that's, and of course our cycle is cycle low. So yeah, apologize for the interruption. But dominance, as you can also see on the daily chart, look at your RSI. We formed a divergence right here. So dominance goes up, which means altcoins will pretty maybe go down stronger once Bitcoin begins the cascade to the downside. So that's about all that I want to share with you, my fellow traders. Have a great trading week. I wish everyone a profitable trade. And please, do like the video, do comment, do give me a boost, like it, so that it encourages me that, I could do this analysis for myself, but I do it to share it. And I share it for free. So like the video, comment, share with a friend. Thank you for unlocking market insights and trade ideas with us. One candle changed everything today. We hope you can already see how today's analysis can transform your trading and investing decisions. If today's breakdown helped you spot opportunities or potential risk you would have missed, consider subscribing to the channel so you never miss an important opportunity or avoid a potential risk. Kindly give the video your support with a like and comment below with your insights. Share the video with a trader or investor you care about. They will thank you when it saves them from a bad trade or a missed investment opportunity. Until the next presentation, keep unlocking profits one candle at a time. Thank you.